I lost my mother and my aunt in that fire. And I'm sick to death of the lies and cover-ups already started. I got a call from my aunt about 1:30 in the morning that night. She was telling me there's fire and people are dying. Please call the fire people. My mom used to live on the 18th floor, and my aunt was visiting her on that night. And they were helped up by one of the people living on the 23rd floor. He was working also with TMOs. And he was helped up despite danger to his life, and he lost his life over that. And I got a call saying, why isn't anyone helping us? They were given the wrong information. They were told to go back to their flats. I told her, you should listen to what you're told. And,
sure.
She said, it's the floor is hot. It's hot. We're going up the floor, and it's with the smoke. My mom just keep saying, don't come. I said, Mom, I'm coming. She said, don't come, just call the fire people. As they went up, helped by this Afghan man to take refuge in his flat, I kept on calling them. And I could not hear any sound of fire alarms up to the last minute. I kept telling them to put some sort of wetted cloth over themselves, wet themselves with water so the fire wouldn't affect them. I was trying to keep them calm. And the smoke suddenly got them. I mean, I heard every last breath she took. The smoke got them, and I could hear him wheezing. She couldn't talk anymore. My mom's phone was going.
Why, Shah, mate? I'm so sorry for you. I really am. Why did you use the phrase cover up?
I heard, from what I've heard so far.
Okay.
From what I've heard, that politicians are trying to spin this somehow.
They won't be able to.
Somehow to.
They won't be able to.
I hope.
They won't be.
James, please don't let them. We don't have much voice in this city. We don't have many journalists which fight for us. I mean, the little people. Please, God bless you. God bless you. You're all we have.
Look, you just take care of yourself. Keep your family close, all right? And don't worry about cover-ups.
Hope not. Nobody helped that night. There didn't seem to be much they could have done. I mean, my aunt was saying, why aren't there helicopters? Why aren't there helicopters? Why aren't there people coming to help us? Why aren't there cranes coming?
Now, I mentioned yesterday's show, I mentioned Dave calling from Shepherd's Bush as being very memorable. More memorable, of course, for all of us was a call that I reminded you of that I took in the days after the tragedy from Shah, who lost his mum and his aunt in the tragedy. And Shah has rung in today, Shah Aglani from Kensington. How are you, mate?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Good to talk to you.
Always. And where are you? Not geographically, but emotionally and perhaps even intellectually on what we discovered yesterday.
Lost and bewildered by how the system kind of, I wouldn't say works or doesn't work. I think we have a system in place that is designed to fail in these sort of occasions, designed to let the perpetrators, walk free. I think we have a system that requires an updating and laws that requires looking at. So this sort of things won't happen. But so long as we have the politicians which don't want to address the real issues, which is the safety laws, on safety laws, and the lobbying question that influences the decision makings of our peers. I'm afraid things like this would happen again, as we saw in 26th of August in East London.
You were waiting. I think you were on hold while I was talking to Angela Rayner. Did anything she say? Anything she said encourage you? She addressed fairly directly some of the points you raised, Shah.
Yes, credit to her. We've already spoken with her about the need for change, and she has promised more time so we can discuss it further. But it requires the whole thing requires deep and precision work by the Prime Minister, who has background in prosecution and in law. And see what he can do to actually bring the laws up to date. So
we're back to that line on page 225, a task that only the government can undertake. And you're describing the repairing, if you like, of the ecosystem in which the tragedy could happen. The only way you can ensure it won't happen again is by changing the environment in which we all live, and the ecosystem in which Grenfell Tower could be put in the perilous position that it was put in by incompetence, greed, and dishonesty. Absolutely. And so long as there is, if there is no kind of punitive action on people who actually allow these to happen on their watch, I'm afraid things won't change. I'm going to ask you two questions that I asked the Deputy Prime Minister. The first is, what shocked you most? I don't know how much you actually learned yesterday, Shah. People that have been following the inquiry very, very closely probably didn't learn much at all. But did anything make your eyebrows raise?
The task that Sir Martin Moore-Beck took on was a mammoth one, truly. And, he basically put into words what we kind of were observing and we knew. So we have it now in front of us. But the thing is that 7 years on, with all this information now on, I just don't know that whether if we see any sort of manslaughter charges.
Well, that brings me to the second question I was going to ask you, and in a way you've half answered it, which is whether you think 2-3 years from now we will have witnessed people being sent to jail for what happened to your mother and your aunt that night.
I don't think so. I doubt it much, because the bars on actually securing a conviction for those people are set so high by the system, that it's. I think if we had a prosecution from before inquiry, maybe we would have had a chance. But now, I doubt it.
I played our first ever conversation out to my listeners yesterday, and at the end of it, I tried to reassure you that there wouldn't be a cover-up. I want to try again to reassure you that there will be criminal charges.
Thank you, James, for your help and think in all these years. I've listened to your continuous highlighting of the issue, and you've been one of the most influential and prominent.
There hasn't been a cover-up, has there? I think we can say that there hasn't been a cover-up.
No,
thanks to Sir Martin.
We have most of the information now. I think the cover-up is probably lies with actually how the previous government managed the whole thing to kind of bring lesser charges.
So we'll have to wait and see. But I can't make you a promise on this occasion. I was a bit emotional last time and a bit unprofessional, probably as a consequence. But
thank you.
I can tell you what I believe. I think we will see proper charges brought.
I hope so. I hope for all our sake, I hope
So do
that
I.
serious charges are. And thank you, James, for all your support all these
Come
years.
on. I'd say, anyone would do in my position. Shah, thank you.
Thank
though.
you.
It means a
Thank
lot
you.
to me. You know it does.
Thank you.
You take care.